On a cold winter's day in February 1978, 23-year-old Steven Kubacki vanished. Steven was an undergraduate student at Hope College, a small Christian school located by the shores of Lake Michigan. Steven had ventured out for a solo cross-country skiing expedition for a couple days, but he never came back. The day after he went missing, snowmobilers found Steven's cross-country skis, along with a backpack, and contacted police. Investigators found Steven had left a 200-yard footprint trail in the snow. This trail stretched along the lake's edge, but then abruptly stopped. Police theorized it was likely that Steven had a terrible accident and must have perished somewhere beneath a thick layer of unbroken ice. This was a grim theory and the last thing that Steven's family and friends wanted to hear. But there were no other signs of what could have happened. Steven's parents were devastated and left with no body. They had no closure. What really happened to Steven was a mystery. Month after month passed with no sign of Steven. Now, the area that he went missing has been shrouded in mystery for decades. Steven disappeared in the Lake Michigan Triangle, or simply the Michigan Triangle. This area of the United States stretches from Manitowoc, Wisconsin, to Ludington, Michigan, to South Benton Harbor. Numerous strange occurrences have been attributed to this mysterious triangle, where huge ships and even commercial airlines have disappeared. Similar to the Bermuda Triangle, but less known. The mystery here seemed to begin in 1891, when a schooner named Thomas Hume set sail across Lake Michigan in search of lumber. He brought along a crew of 7 men, but not long into their voyage, the ship and the men disappeared. To this day, no trace of the boat or the men has ever been discovered. Since then, there's been a long list of strange flight mishaps, ghost ship sightings, and disappearances in the area. Again, just like the Bermuda Triangle, many voyagers and pilots have also reported downright unexplainable weather conditions in the Michigan Triangle. It'll go from one extreme to another in a matter of minutes. Weird stuff. So for those familiar with the area, Steven's strange disappearance was of no surprise. But what happened next shocked everyone. On May 5th, 1979, it had been 14 months since Steven Kubacki disappeared. Steven's parents were at home one day when the doorbell rang. They opened it up to see their son Steven standing on their doorstep, something they had hoped for but never imagined was possible. Steven was back and seemed very disoriented, and he was wearing different clothing. He seemed as if he had just woken up from a long nap. His parents informed him of what had happened, and he was in disbelief that he had been missing for over a year. After hugging his son, Steven's father began asking him what he remembers, and this is where things get even more mysterious. Steven said he has small fragments of memories, but said he remembers after going missing, being jolted awake in a meadow, almost 700 miles from Lake Michigan. He said he had no idea what happened or how he got there, but as he awoke in the meadow, he said he looked down to see that he was dressed in strange, unfamiliar clothing, and beside him was a backpack he had never seen before that contained maps that didn't belong to him. He was dressed in a Wisconsin Marathon t-shirt and said that during the time he was missing, he felt like he did a lot of running. What truly happened to Steven Kubacki during those 14 months remains an unsolved mystery to this day. Some believe he went into some sort of fugue state while wandering aimlessly across the country. Some suggested he went into a coma, but others believe Steven Kubacki was the victim of the Lake Michigan Triangle, which is known for its unexplainable events. Some have even said that Steven must have entered some sort of a supernatural portal in the triangle. There's even been conversations that he must have time traveled. Whoa. Many have questioned his disappearance, and Steven has always said that he doesn't really remember much, but was always adamant that he had no mental health issues leading up to his disappearance, and in years since has never suffered anything like this ever again. Steven Kubacki is one of the more rare cases where an individual who goes missing reappears, and he is currently alive and well and lives in the Pacific Northwest. And he works as a psychologist, and what he says is a funny twist of fate. What do you believe happened to Steven? Where was he those 14 months? And do you believe he was another victim of the Lake Michigan Triangle? Leave your thoughts and theories in the comments below. I would love to hear them because this case is mind-blowing.